of a championship. But Lindsay Noble, she's going to be in crew seating. She's going to be behind the scenes in the crash area. She's going to be down there on the track, keeping you up to date with all of those Monster Jam trucks. Isn't that right?
If anyone came to Pit Party, they heard me say already that I love my job. I have the best seat in the house because I get to be behind the scenes, like John said, bringing you guys the breaking news of some of the most exciting moments in Monster Jam. There will be a lot of behind the scenes footage to cover in the crew seating, in the pits, and of course down there on the track. And what I can guarantee is while our 12 Monster Jam superstars are competing on this track, our talented UNOH technicians and our crew chiefs are working so hard to make sure that each truck is performance ready.
The only thing I'm going to argue with you on that, Lindsay, is that you have the best seat in the house. I'm here in section 246, and I have a perfect look at everything that we are going to watch here this afternoon and this evening. Let's take a look up at the video board and see what you can expect for the rest of Monster Jam trackside, including around the world at Monster Jam. Singing our national anthem, please welcome Jessica Goy. received an automatic bye into round number 2. We're going to follow that bracket from round 1 on to round 2, eventually on to the semifinals, and then the JCB Racing Finals, where the fastest 2 will battle it out for the first 12 points here today. So, who's ready for JCB Racing? Coming up first, racing out of the grid lane, Aaron Anderson, Grave Digger. And his opponent in the red lane, Caleb Lund, Soldier Martin. This is the fourth meeting between Coming up next, racing out of the gray lane, it's Colt Stevens, Thunder Roars. And his opponent, racing in the red lane, Joe Foley, El Toro Loco. These two facing off for the third time, and so far it is one win apiece. So that means the winner will move on and break the tie. Let's go. Hang on just a moment. We're going to take a look up at the video board while the Monster 2 officials review the finish lane's timing system. Accurate to 1/1000th of a second. To the naked eye in real time, it looks like the edge went to Thunder Roars. But it was a late push from El Toro Loco. Your winner is Thunder Roars 20.642. Colt Stevens is moving on. El Toro Loco is headed home. Take a look up at the video board, and only 2 races down, 2 more to go here in round number 1 before we move on to round 2. But you can see Grave Digger able to grab the victory over Soldier Fortune, which sets up a brother versus brother matchup in round 2. And from just moments ago, it was a photo finish, but Thunder Roar is able to take down El Toro Loco to move on to take on Velociraptor. Meanwhile, coming up next, racing out of the gray lane, it's Mike Christensen, Vendetta! His opponent in the red lane, competing in his hometown for the first time since 2022, These 2 team captains facing off, going head to head for a chance to move on into round number 2. Only one will win. Who racing out of the gray lane, also representing his hometown for the first time in his career, it's Chris Kohler, Northern Nightmare. His opponent in the red lane, also representing Team Scream here in Detroit, it is Corey Rummel, Megalodon. Teammates facing off, they are set. And now, right on cue, a little bit of a staging battle as Megalodon backs off. And now, Northern Nightmare, they're going to reset on their respective starting lines. Once they do, we'll be locked in to go green. They're set. Let's go green. Eventful round number 1 of JCB Racing. Before we move on to round 2, let's take another quick look at how we got here. Once again, Gravedigger able to grab the victory over Soldier Fortune. It was Thunder Roris over El Toro Loco, and then it kept getting closer as Vendetta able to play spoiler here in Detroit and knock off Jim Kohler and Avenger. And doing a little bit more of the same is Megalodon taking down Chris Kohler and Northern Nightmare. That means round 2 is set.
We just had 4 drivers make it on into the second round, and they were matched up against 4 other drivers who received an automatic bye in round 2 based on their performance last weekend. Keep in mind that only one will take home that final racing win. So, Ford Field, if you want to see more of the JCB racing competition, make some noise!
We're opening up round 2 with a big-time matchup. Up first, advancing from round 1 in the gray lane, Adam Anderson, Gravedigger. And his opponent, racing out of the red lane, it's his brother, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. They're set. Let's go green. Hang on just a second. False start there at the line from both competitors. They will reset and we will restart. They're ready. Let's rock. The night so far, and if you can believe it, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, will improve to 33-5. That is a winning percentage of 87%, and he will knock off his older brother for the 6th time already this season. It has been one of those years for Ryan Anderson. Coming up next, racing out of the gray lane, it is David Alford, Velociraptor. And his opponent, advancing from round one, racing out of the red lane, Colt Stevens, Thunder Roarus. Thunder Roarus is set, Velociraptor is set, let's go. Between the Pro Breakout Drivers of the Year from 2023. Each one has a win against each other. This will break the tie. Final matchup of round two in the gray lane, advancing from round one, Corey Rummel, Megalodon. And his opponent in the red lane, Barry Musauer, Zombie. They are set. Let's go green. Corey Rummel takes a tumble after he crosses the finish line, but it is no matter. Your winner is Zombie and Barry Musauer as he will improve to 10-12 on the year and 3-0 over Corey Rummel and Megalodon. Barry Musauer takes a big-time win to move on to the semifinal round. As a matter of fact, JCB Racing, the only competition that Barry Musauer has failed to win thus far this season. He's now put himself one step closer. Now you can see the times, 21.331 for your winner, Zombie. The final four is set, and yet again, it is a good one. We're going to see Son of a Digger taking on Thunder Roarus and Vendetta versus Zombie for a chance to move on to the JCB Racing Finals.
Like I said, as promised, I'm going to be kicking it in the stands with all these incredible fans. I just have to privilege of meeting Kristen on my left, and she's having a great time. She is not new to the Monster Jam family. She said that she's come before, so she knows her history. And because of that, I want to surprise her with a fan trivia question. So if you take a look at the video board, Kristen, look up there and see what the Monster Jam trivia question is of the day.
Hey, Monster Jam fans, Adam Anderson here. It's time to play some Gravedigger trivia. What year did Gravedigger debut? Is it A, 1965, B, 1982, C, 1987, or is it D, 2015? If you know the answer, let me hear you.
All right, I don't want you to rush. I don't want you to anticipate this because I want you to get this answer right. Really think. Gravedigger's been in the game for quite some time. So there's 4 answers up there, and I have faith. You're a Gravedigger fan, so I have faith you're going to get this answer right. So once again, in what year did Gravedigger debut? Do you think it was A, B, C, or D?
That's easy. It's the year after I was born, which will be 1982.
So she thinks the answer is B, 1982. Let's see, Fort Field. Was she right? She
That's
was
right.
correct! Absolutely incredible. I love coming out here with the fans, especially when they get the answers right. These trivia questions are not always the easiest, but Kristen got it right. Once again, one more time, round of applause for Kristen.
And truly our first rollover there by Corey Rummel in Megalodon in that gray lane. And what I'm hearing from drivers and their crew is that this is one of the only events where we've had it where there wasn't one lane that was preferred over the other. Both that left and right, both that right and green, kind of evenly simulated there, which is something that's really exciting and also something we see a lot here in Detroit. What our drivers say is they almost always expect that the dirt here and the track here is going to be that same consistent run, and that this dirt is fantastic racing. What you're seeing around those corners is that track is really, really forgiving. And what I mean by that is that behind the wheel, they're not having to turn too early. They're not pushing out in those corners. They're really able to run a fair race. So it truly will be who can continue in corners and who can make up that time on those corners as well as those straightaways. It'll be really interesting to see as we continue the battle of these racers.
We have made it all the way to the semifinal round of the JCB racing competition. Only the fastest 4 trucks have now advanced. And keep in mind that only 2 more will advance on to the final round, with 1 taking home that JCB racing competition win. So, who is ready to see more JCB racing?
Great matchup here to kick off the semifinals. We are going to see Cole Stevens and Thunder Roaris taking on Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. Each one of these competitors with at least 1 JCB racing competition win on the season. That one belongs to Cole Stevens. Meanwhile, Ryan Anderson has 8 of them. Count them up. He has been nearly unbeatable. But Cole Stevens has gotten the better of it before. They're set. Let's go green. Hang on. Once again, they are going to reset on that false start. You can see both crew chiefs there. Bryce Langlois and Shelby Fisher talking it over. They're set. Let's go green. competitors. Each one of them wants to race out of that gray lane. Of course, lane choice determined by who had the fastest time in their first racing pass of the night. And I'm being told by the Monster Jam officials that yes, indeed, lane choice belongs to Vendetta. So Zombie needs to pull off on the track. And there you see, he will settle around into that red lane. But speaking of those competitors, we've got one finalist. We need one more. Another good matchup here. It's Mike Christensen and Vendetta taking on Barry Musauer, Zombie. Each one is lined up. They've got to fire and approach those respective starting lines. Zombie a bit closer to him as it stands right now. Once they lock in, we will be ready to go green. There is Zombie set and ready to rock. Vendetta fired up now, inching closer, locked in. As they compete for the first 12 points towards the overall event championship. Are you ready to meet your final contenders? Coming up first, racing out of the gray lane, looking for racing win number 2 on the year from Ogden, Utah, Mike Christensen, Vendetta. His opponent, racing out of the red lane, looking for racing competition win number 9 on the year. From Hill, Devil Hills, North Carolina, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger, Detroit. Let's go racing!
did it not?
It didn't matter because I was comfortable in the other lane, so I was good with it. Bryce was watching over me. He knew I needed to stay in that lane, even though Mike liked the other ones. And man, Mike put up a fight. Hats off to you, man. But it was an awesome race and win for sure. But I gotta say something, man. My buddy right here, Bryce, his whole family's here tonight. That's for you, the Langlois family. You created the best crew chief in the world. Yes!
And there's almost more excitement here to come. To be here any second is the skills competition. And when people think of the skills competition, they think of Son of a Digger. How do you continue to innovate this sport and continue to go up against some of the toughest competitors and put some wow moments on this track?
When I'm out there at the pit party, on my knees, talking to all you kids, I'm asking you, what do you want to see me do in this crazy Son of a Digger truck? And I'm listening to you. Every one of those kids drive me to go crazy, do something wild with this truck. So every time I'm on this track, yeah, I want to get the points. The trophy's awesome, but the ultimate thing is to make sure you fans that paid your hard-earned money to come out here and see something wild, get what you paid to see. So I can promise you that, no matter what, Son of a Digger's gonna go wild for you. We got skills, and you know what's after that, Detroit? Monster Jam Freestyle. So you better not leave early, because I'm ready to get wild tonight.
Monster Jam fans, give it us one more time for your JCB Racing winner, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger.
Congratulations once again to Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, who captures an incomprehensible 9th racing win on the year. Let's take a look up at the video board, an early look at the overall event standings. And yeah, of course, off the strength of that win, you're going to find Son of a Digger in first place with 12 points. But it was a great competition for Mike Christensen, and he is not far behind Vendetta with 11. Rounding out the top 3 is Zombie. And we've got Thunder Horus, Grave Digger, and Bob the God Dragonite in the top 6. Let's flip that over and check out the drivers with a little bit more work to do as we head into the second competition. Velociraptor with 6 points, Megalodon with 5, El Toro Loco with 4 points, and it's Northern Nightmare in 10th, Avenger in 11th, and Soldier Fortune rounds out the 12th. Coming up next, we are going to get a look at my personal favorite competition. That is the Great Clip Skills Challenge. And this is where you're going to see some of the most technical moves in our sport put on full display. So while we have the opportunity, let's keep our eyes fixed on the video board and see some of those moves in real time. There is the bicycle, one of the hardest tricks in the entire sport, where you're inducing a rollover before saving it. There is the nose wheelie, where you're looking for balance and vertical position. A few different ways to get to that nose wheelie. There's one of them, the popper into that handstand. Of course, there's the fan favorite, the moonwalk, the classic, the big air, the sky wheelie. But this is what you really need to look for right here. It is the combination maneuvers, and that's what you want to see throughout this competition. Yanissa Cruz is standing by with a fan. What do you got, Yanissa?
All right, John, I have a super cool fan standing right here with his mom. This is Garrett and Paige, and he is very excited to be here. He was really paying attention during racing, and he was so excited. Now, in a second, Garrett, look up at that big screen TV. See, we have El Toro Loco, Grave Digger, and Megalodon, and they're about to race. Which one do you think is gonna win? You just told your mom.
I don't know.
You don't know? You just said it a second ago. Who do you think it's gonna be? Who's on your shirt?
I don't know.
He says he doesn't know. Okay, Paige thinks it's gonna be Megalodon, so let's see if she's right. Something really cool for you in just a moment. I have a friend that's gonna come down. Close your eyes. Close your eyes for me. Close your eyes, buddy. He's like, no, I wanna see. Well, I have a friend coming down right now with a really cool toy for you to take home with you. This right here is our Megalodon Monster Wash, and I'm giving it to you, Garrett, to take home. There's a one-of-a-kind die-cast Megalodon truck inside, and everything you see on the front is included. Just like you take your car to the car wash, you can also take your Monster Jam truck to the car wash. Keep in mind that all of your favorites can be taken home with you today, thanks to our one and only authentic line of Monster Jam trucks, brought to you by Spin Master. You can can take home really cool die-cast trucks, an assortment of all kinds of playsets just like this Megalodon Monster Wash anytime you want. And make sure you check it out at local stores like Target or Walmart, also on monsterjam.com. Also keep in mind, when you take home a toy like this, you're adding to your collection of epic trucks, epic stunts, Monster Jam. I need everyone in Fort Field one more time to put your hands together for Paige and Garrett.
If you were watching closely, you saw our UNOH technicians and our crew chiefs on the rear end of each one of their Monster Jam trucks. What they were checking was shocks, they were checking the temperature of their transmissions, they were making sure these BKT tires were ready to roll when it comes to the skills competition. There's a lot of excitement here to come, so you saw them just making sure that everything was good to go, nuts, bolts, and all of the sorts, basically preventative maintenance to make sure that there are no issues in the skills competition and then following in freestyle. So a lot of exciting action, like I said, and it's almost time for Wow Moments here at Monster Jam. Make sure you guys are scoring at judgeszone.com.
A great tease at the very end of that one from Lindsay Noble. Yes, coming up next, we've got the Great Clips Skills Challenge. Now keep in mind, throughout this competition, not only the video that you saw earlier of some of the moves that you're looking for, but also the drivers are going to have the option to either execute 2 attempts at a 2-wheel maneuver or just 1 attempt at a donut. For more on how you're going to take part in this competition with judgeszone.com, let's kick it back down to Unisa Cruz. Unisa?
That's right. Now I need everyone right now in Ford Field to take out your cell phones because this is where you play that pivotal role. Take out your cell phones and go to judgeszone.com. Right after that, you'll see 3 X's pop up on your phone. You're going to put in the code DET, short for Detroit. From there, you will see a BKT tire that you can physically slide up or down on your cell phones. You can select a score that way, and then make sure before scores are locked, don't forget to hit that submit button. The clock starts ticking at 20 seconds, and it's going to count down from the moment each driver stops their run. So keep in mind, you only have that time on the clock to get that score in before scores are locked. Also, make sure you're scoring both accurately and fairly for every driver. But before we get started, Ford Field, I just have one question for everybody. Who is ready for the Great Clip Skills Challenge?
Kicking off the competition is Mike Christensen, Vendetta. Soldier Fortune came into this competition with some work to do, and she has absolutely thrown it down. But now it is your turn to lock in those scores at judgeszone.com. Just like Unissa mentioned, let's see what you came up with for Kayla Blood and Soldier Fortune. She doubles up the competition, 8.383, brand new leader. With 2 trucks down, still 10 to go. Take a look up the video board. Some of the things you want to look for on those scores. Remember, a driver can either do 1 donut or 2 attempts at a 2-wheel skill maneuver. So far, that's all we've seen. Yet to see our first donut. And those are some of the moves that you are looking for. Moonwalks, bicycles, wheelies, poppers, and stoppies, or any combination of those maneuvers, and maybe even a move that you have never seen before. That's how innovative it is here in the Great Clips Skills Challenge. Right now, there is the leaderboard very early on in this competition, but we've seen the gamut in terms of scoring. 4.217 for Vendetta, who kicked things off, and then doubling up that score, 8.383 is Soldier Fortune, and your score to beat. Coming up next, it's Joe Foley, El Toro Loco. Perfect slap really right there from El Toro. 1 attempt to go. Difficult maneuver once you are slamming those front tires into the dirt so that you can get up and walk that Monster Jam truck. And he finishes the run with that stoppie. Let's see if it was enough for your top spot.
Stoppie!
It was not. He will take over second place with a 6.348. Score to beat still Soldier Fortune. Coming up next, it is the captain of Team Scream, Mr. Excitement from Columbus, Michigan, Jim Kohler, Avenger. here in Detroit in Ford Field. Pretty used to watching Jim Kohler get some huge air, but of course here he does it in that custom, one-of-a-kind Detroit Lions Avenger body. There it is, will it be enough for your top spot? 8.383 is your score to beat. The score for Avenger is... not enough. He will take over second place, knocking down his teammate El Toro Loco with a 6.794, but your score to beat will continue to belong to Soldier Fortune. We're gonna keep it with Team Scream. We're gonna keep it with the Kohler family. Also from Columbus, Michigan, Monster Jam Rookie of the Year, Chris Kohler, Northern Nightmare. Like Chris Kohler is lining up for a bicycle attempt, maybe even a sidewall donut attempt. We'll see if he likes what he feels under those tires. He has one attempt to go. There's a save and a maneuver and a run that we saw so many times last year that helped not only win Chris Kohler competitions, but it helped him win the 2023 Monster Jam Rookie of the Year award. Of course, the apple not falling far from the tree, taking after his dad, Jim Kohler, Mr. Excitement, and competing in his hometown for the first time in his career. Meanwhile, the score to beat, 8.383 with Soldier Fortune. The score for Northern Nightmare is... we have a new leader, 8.764. Chris Kohler now in your top spot. Coming up next, he is looking for skills competition win number 3 on the season. One of the absolute best to ever do it, Adam Anderson, Grave Digger. Good look right there at the black and green wrecking machine. And the score to beat that he is contending with, 8.764. Chris Kohler, first time driving here in Detroit, first time competing behind the wheel of Northern Nightmare, reset the bar just moments ago. And now all the other competitors are looking up at that score, and coming out first is Grave Digger. a good look at another slap wheel this time from Adam Anderson. He has one attempt to go.
Give it up again for Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. And make sure you score right now at DirtyZone.com. I know you know the drill, but I just gotta remind you, each one of these drivers is counting on their fans to score at DirtyZone.com both accurately and fairly.
Get a good look there at the different styles going into that bicycle. Northern Nightmare and Chris Kohler takes his time, really feels out the side of that ram first. That one from Adam Anderson completely out of nowhere. I wasn't even expecting him to get into that attempt, but he launched right into it. Now the question is, did he do enough? Were those two maneuvers enough to give him the top spot here in the Great Clips Skills Challenge? Remember, we just reset the bar. Northern Nightmare 8.764. Let's see what you came up with for Gravedigger.
Good score, buddy.
That is a good score, but it is not enough. Adam Anderson in third place with an 8.208.
That's how they get the scores.
Coming up next, representing Team Throttle Monster, it's David Olford, Velociraptor.
Monster Jam fans, put your hands together for David Olfert, Velociraptor, and make sure you go ahead and score. Remember, the video board is all the instructions and the QR code, so make sure you get that score before scores are locked.
Good run right there from Velociraptor and David Olford. When you asked him with a bit of truth serum, I think he wants a little bit more out of that second attempt. The first one is about as picture perfect as you can be. That's the one that's on the replay right there. The balance on full display. So much technical prowess goes into freezing the way that you did. Let's see what you came up with for Velociraptor.
You're not gonna do it.
6.847. That is fourth place for David Olford. Coming up next, it's Captain Murphy, Bakugan Dragonor.
judgezone.com. Make sure you head on over right now and get that score in.
Great shot right there from the recovery vehicle, and that's a little bit of tough luck for Camden Murphy. Like I said, that first attempt almost didn't go his way, but he is able to stay calm, cool, and collected and walk it out on those front two tires. This move from him, nearly automatic every time I've seen him do it, but it looked like the weight of the truck was just too much, and he had some breakage on that front tire right there, and then that's all she wrote. Let's see what you came up with. Remember your score to beat, 8.764 with Northern Nightmare. The score for Bakugan Dragonoid is... I think rolling over there definitely hurt him a bit. Plus, it kind of lacked that spectacular save, but it's a good score, 8.119. Still, the score to beat Northern Nightmare. Take a look up at the video board and you will see Northern Nightmare and Chris Kohler still locked in that tough spot. He was able to surpass Soldier Fortune. A few other drivers have come close, but right now he's hanging on to the lead.
I'm hanging out with CJ in the stands. He's really having a great time in Detroit. He even told me, and he wants to actually see if he can challenge himself to one of our upcoming games. We have our helmet shuffle, so take a look at the video board. We have 3 helmets, and as you can see, underneath of the middle one is a gold trophy. Now, when all of the helmets are still above the gold trophy, they're gonna come down onto the trophy, mix themselves up, and you have to guess which helmet the trophy is underneath. Are you ready?
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I haven't been watching, but I'm ready.
All right, we'll see. Now come on this way a little bit more so you can see on this side. We got all the helmets ready, set in stone. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, I don't want you to rush, CJ. It looks like a lot of the fans are trying to help you out. Take a second, think about it. Take your time. Do you think you have an answer? Do you think it might be right? Which helmet is the trophy underneath?
Trust me, I have the right answer right here. Follow me on TikTok. Oh, Connor's account. CONNERS.
So I need you to answer the question. The helmet, the trophy is underneath which helmet?
Yeah, I got it. Number 3, I'm a winner.
He thinks it's underneath of number 3. Let's see if he's right. All right, so it's not underneath of helmet number 1. It's not underneath of helmet number 3, so unfortunately he is not the winner he just said. It's underneath of helmet number 2. Monster Jam fans, sit tight. We still have so much more on the Breakable Skills Challenge underway.
Take a look up at the video board and you will see some of the social media posts on Instagram and X from fans just like you. When I say just like you, I mean they're either hanging out at the pit party or at a live event. We know that you're going to be taking videos of the action. You're going to be taking selfies with your family and friends. We want to see it. We want to share it. The best way is to use the hashtag Monster Jam across all social media. And who knows, you might even see yourself up on the video board.
Kayla Blood and Soldier Fortune. And Kayla, you have the lucky view up here. You get to watch your competitors. What are you watching from each one of them?
Oh, well, you know, these guys are really competitive and, you know, they want to go out there and hit their marks and all of their tricks. And these are some pretty insane tricks that we're doing on in a 12,000-pound truck. So, you know, we have plenty of more drivers that are about to get out there and show you guys some new moves. So you guys get out of your seats. We want to hear you guys get loud. Let's hear it, Detroit. That's right, Detroit. We want all of the energy here in the room. You have a lot of tough competitors coming up next. But when you talk about the way that this track is set up, it's a little different from what you guys are used to. But these track conditions are pretty ideal, am I right?
Yeah, you know, I thought it was going to be a lot tackier than what it was, but the track is great. We're loving it, and we're ready to get out there for freestyle and give you guys a good freestyle.
Well, Monster Jam fans, make some noise for Kayla Blood and Soldier Fortune.
Take another look up at the video board as the recovery team able to get Bakugan Dragonoid off of the track. Those are some of the things that you are looking at for this competition while you're at judgeszone.com, and it is never too late to get involved in the scoring. As a matter of fact, the more people here that lock in those scores, the more accurate those scores then become. So if you haven't already, head on over to judgeszone.com or scan that QR code. We've got a great competition thus far. We still have plenty more trucks coming your way. About half the field remains, a little less than half to lock in before we crown a winner here in the Great Clip Skills Challenge. Coming up next, making his way back from that tumble in JCB Racing from North Jackson, Ohio, it's Corey Rummel, Megalodon. You know, Detroit, there was about 3 or 4 different instances during that second attempt where I thought Corey Rummel was actually going to save that Monster Jam truck. It looked like he was going to roll over, and it looked like he caught it, and it looked like he was going to roll completely all the way around back over, but he couldn't quite do it when it was all said and done. Meanwhile, let's see what you came up with from judgeszone.com. Still rewarded with a pretty good score in 5th place, 7.077.
And another tumble there for Corey Rummel in Megalodon, just getting at the short end of the stick. You never like to see that, but when you're talking about hearing crew seating, our crew chiefs are just watching what is going on. They're watching this track. I'm joined by Shelby Fisher, the Thunder Horse crew chief. And what are you watching? What are you going to be communicating to Cole, who's coming up pretty soon here?
Yeah, so we're just watching all the trucks out here on the track take their turn. We're talking about how the track conditions are constantly changing and kind of setting up a game plan for Juco.
And when you talk about that game plan, that's something that, you know, Cole talks about a lot. He's somebody that is going to extensively walk this track. He knows this track in and out, and that's definitely someone you're going to want to have your eye on when he comes out here. He's working a lot when it comes to that copper and working on that skills challenge. How do you think that he's able to pull a really great competition out and end up putting it all together to maybe grab you guys that trophy at the end? I mean, he already has racing competition this season.
I think, you know, it's really about mindset. He gets in that right mindset as he walks the track. He's thinking about how he wants his lane to go, and he's just thinking about everything that he wants to do.
Well, I know that when he has success, he points it to you, so I know that you're doing a great job here on the track, on the con. Sponsor campaign, please some noise for our crew chief of Thunder Horse, Shelby Fisher.
Great preview right there the reigning and defending Freestyle World Finals champion, driving that Apex Predator, the second generation star out of Houston, Texas. A good look at that Monster Jam truck right there with your score to beat over the top. Coming up next, it's Colt Stevens, Thunder Rorex.
Make sure you get that score in before scores are locked.
So far, the Great Clip Skills Challenge, the only competition this season Colt Stevens has not had a victory in, but it is not from lack of trying. He's had a lot of runs, just like the ones you just saw. But did he do enough here today to take over that top spot? The score to beat has been hanging on with Northern Nightmare, 8.764. The score for Thunder Rorex is...
Keep in mind that again, all of these Monster Jam superstars are counting on you to score both accurately and fairly.
Good run right there from Barry Moosauer. Something we're used to seeing and something we're not. He's become so good at those slap wheelies as well, especially in that zombie truck, slowing it down, making it look like a zombie is creeping right along. And then that stopping, not something we're used to seeing. So let's see what you came up with for Zombie. A good score, but only enough for 5th place. Your score to beat will continue to belong to Thunder Roars. Coming up next, looking to make it 2 wins in a row, looking to capture Skills Challenge win number 8 on the year, Ryan Anderson, son of a digger. Those 2 maneuvers have become almost automatic for Ryan Anderson. To see him not execute to perfection is a little shocking. Still a very good run. The question is, will he win this competition? It's going to come down to your scores for Son of a Digger and Thunder Roars. Let's see what you came up with for Son of a Digger. Wow, not nearly enough. That means your winner in this competition for the first time this season is Coach Stevens, Thunder Roars!
Huge congratulations! The first time this season, I feel like your crew chief spoke this into existence. We just chatted with her about the fact you've already got a racing win. Here you are adding a skills competition win to your resume. And of course, here in Detroit, Michigan, what did it take to win that?
It took a good crew chief right here. Shelby's been working so hard on this truck all year long. I told her right after racing, I said, this truck is dialed in 100%. I just need to go do my job. Hats off to her. This is her hometown too. Her grandma, her grandpa, her dad, her mom are all here. I love you guys. What an awesome job. I cannot believe we finally got a skills win. I've been working on that all year.
Congratulations for sure. You can tell that you are comfortable in the truck. I could just see you behind the wheel looking comfortable and confident. And up next is freestyle, where you get to use that confidence and really let loose, room to play here in this stadium and really great track conditions. What can we expect from you and your team?
Oh, we're going crazy. You know what? We're not freestyle champions, world champions for no reason. We're here to have some fun. Her hometown. We're not holding back anything. We're ready to go. But I tell you what, Detroit, I need each and every one of you guys to help me. When this truck hits the floor, I need the loudest, craziest roar you got, and I guarantee you we're going to do something crazy.
Monster Jam fans, make some noise right here for your Great Clip Skills winner, Coach Stevens, Thunder Roars.
What an unbelievable first half of action we have just witnessed. Congratulations to both of our winners. Of course, Son of a Digger, and from moments ago, Thunder Roars. We still have plenty more to come, but right now this is halftime, which means it's the perfect time to get out of your seats, stretch your legs, walk around the concourse, check out an official Monster Jam merchandise stand, or if you're comfortable where you are, take out your phones, head on over to monsterjam.com and pick up your tickets right here, right now, to Monster Jam World Finals 23, coming your way to SoFi Stadium in just a couple short months. Either way, sit tight. We're coming right back with more Monster Jam.
It's time for the final competition, the pinnacle of the evening.
is when a driver comes out and gets that kind of score right out of the gate, it usually heats up really quickly with other drivers pushing those trucks to the limit. Let's see if that happens here in freestyle. Coming up next, two-time Guinness World Record holder, former Rookie of the Year, former Showdown winner, Bari Musauer, Zombie.
He did fill enough time to qualify for a score.
You know, I think I said this before with one of our other drivers, but when you look at Bari Musauer, those back flips have become almost academic for him. To see him not land it and roll over that aggressively towards the boundary is just shocking to me. But that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes here in Monster Jam Freestyle. He goes for the Morgan & Morgan backflip. High risk, high reward. Meanwhile, your score to beat 8.120. The score for Zombie is... You are rewarding the effort here today. 9.004 for Bari Musauer, new lead.
So I've spoke too soon because there is some damage on a Monster Jam truck, and that's going to be Bakugan Dragonoid all the way past the crash area, going to be by the trailers even, needing that hands on deck. You can see a lot of our crew missing. You just said, gosh, everybody is gone up here, but you are the eyes. You're the eyes on the dirt right now, but what's going back on in the pits as far as Bakugan Dragonoid and the damage there?
So Bakugan Dragonoid has some floor links that need to be replaced and the 4-link tabs.
And that is a pretty lengthy process. It sounds like it would be nothing at all, but those 4 links are really important for that balance and for the symmetry of a Monster Jam truck. But the 4-link tabs is really where that work comes in. You have done that yourself on Thunder Horse. You've been able to repair that. There's some welding involved, some fabricating. What can you tell us about that and that process?
So the process, it's kind of scary when you talk about it, but it's really not that bad. You just gotta cut off the old tabs, you gotta grind it down to that housing, make sure it's nice and flat. You gotta prep those new pieces to be welded on, and just make sure you got the spacing right for the tabs and weld it onto the housings.
And how long would you say something like that takes, especially now in a thrash, we've got a whole team working together?
Depending on who's doing it, it could be different. I'm still new to it, so it takes me a little bit longer than the rest of the team, but maybe like 45 minutes.
45 minutes. So when you hear that, it could be just barely making it back for freestyle. I will keep you guys updated as the story unfolds and try to get myself back there to show you guys the action.
Once again, standing out in the stands with some really cool fans who came up to me and they were having a great time today. I want to see how much they know about Monster Jam. So if you guys look up there at the video board for the next trivia question, let's see if you can get the answer right.
Monster Jam fans, Andrew Murphy here. It's time to play some Monster Jam trivia. How much does Monster Jam truck weigh? Is it A, 1,000 pounds, B, 5,000 pounds, C, 12,000 pounds, or D, 30,000 pounds? You know the answer. Let me hear it.
All right, guys. Now, Caleb Blood, our driver of Soldier of Fortune, said this answer earlier, so I want to see if you were paying attention. So what answer do you think it is? C. You think it's C, 12,000 pounds. Let's see, how much does a Monster Jam truck weigh? That is correct. The answer is C, 12,000 pounds. Great job, buddy. That was very awesome, very cool. Monster Jam fans, sit tight. It's already been a great run of Monster Jam Freestyle, but we still have so many more of your favorite superstars underway.
Coming up next, he is looking to win his second competition in a row. Right now, he is all alone in first place for that overall event championship, and he is your reigning, defending freestyle world finals champion, Colt Stevens, Thunder Rorax.
Scan the QR code. still have some time on the clock.
I don't know, Detroit, today might be Colton Stevens' day. It started out with a good run for JCB Racing, and it got even better when he captured the Great Clip Skills Challenge win. Now coming out here in his bread and butter in the freestyle competition and tearing it down. But did he do enough for that top spot? Your score to be 9.004. The score for Thunder Roars is... champion now in your top spot. I told you, Monster Jam fans, when somebody comes out like Velociraptor did, they really set the bar. And since then, it has only gotten better. Right now, there is your standings, 9.4 for that man, Coach Stevens. Off the heels of that Morgan & Morgan backflip that sealed the top spot to this point, Morgan & Morgan and Monster Jam, America's largest injury law firm, is smashing injury cases. Over $20 billion won to this point. So they are taking massive wins, just like Colt Stevens and Thunder Roars is looking for massive wins. They have over 100 offices, over 1,000 lawyers. If you're injured, their lawyers are monsters. It's Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan and Monster Jam. We go from one world champion to another, this time, two-time World Finals freestyle champion in his hometown, the 27-year veteran, Jim Collar Avenger! The hometown hero right there, Jim Kohler, Avenger, two-time freestyle world champ. But I think what was impressive about that run that you may not have noticed, kind of sounds like from up here, and this is just speculation on my part, that maybe that engine is just on its last legs. I don't think that Monster Jam truck was getting all of the power that we are used to seeing. But Jim Kohler, the veteran, the world champ, pushing it to the absolute limit regardless. Let's see what you came up with for Avenger here tonight. Still a very good score, 8.449. Third place, your score to beat still belongs to Thunder Mars.
Hanging out in the stands with some really cool fans. I want to see how much fun they're having. They're smiling, they're vibing out. We're coming up right now as our wheel of cams. Take a look at the video board and let's see what it lands on. It's either going to land on dance cam, air guitar, or flex cam. And it looks like it's our flex cam, which means I need everybody in the stadium to get on up, flexing up just like all these Monster Jam trucks are. I want to see your muscles. Detroit, if you are strong, let me see you rock out real quick.
Oh, wow, Detroit. Look at that score once again. 9.870 from Chris Kohler in his second year in Monster Jam. Putting up a number that big, going up against the reigning world champion who he just knocked out of that top spot. And he does it all driving a brand new truck for the first time. He does it all in his hometown for the first time. I don't know what's going to happen coming up with our next few competitors, but a 9.870 is going to be pretty darn tough to beat. Let's watch this on instant replay one more time. Tumbling right there, one tire left, able to save it. And he just kept going, would not be denied, even with one tire, even with pieces of that truck flying everywhere. And that doesn't even take into account the one-wheel save that we saw off of the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp. What a night for young Chris Kohler. When I look down, I still see 6, 7 more competitors. If you want to see some more Monster Jam freestyle here tonight, let me hear you make some noise! Coming up next, all the way from Lafayette, Louisiana, it's Caleb Blood, Soldier Fortune! The clock is paused right now with 85 seconds remaining. If Kayla can refire, that's how much time she has left to throw it down here in Monster Jam Freestyle. Right now, you can see she's still struggling.
Monster Jam fans, put your hands together for Caleb Blood in Soldier Fortune, really throwing it down. And go ahead while you are cheering to JudgesZone.com to get that score in.
This is what happens on the other side sometimes in Monster Jam Freestyle. I said when somebody sets the bar high, like Velociraptor did, that drivers are going to keep on pushing the limit. Well, when somebody resets that bar, like Chris Kohler did, to the tune of 9.870, 7-0. Well, then these drivers know that they have to pull out every stop possible. And sometimes what happens there is you wind up rolling over, just like Soldier Fortune did. Let's see what you came up with in the meantime for Caleb Blood and Soldier Fortune. Only a 5.584. That's not nearly going to be enough here today.
Monster Jam fans, an incredible run there. You know, we saw Caleb Blood, Soldier Fortune, trying to give it her all in freestyle, and it's always disappointing when you aren't able to fill your time. But I'm joined by the World Finals Freestyle Champion, Colt Stevens, Thunder Roars, and these fans were certainly wowed by you. It was a tough score to beat. Chris Kohler, though, in Northern Nightmare, able to do so. What did you see out of that run, especially as a World Finals Champion in freestyle?
Man, I gotta give it to Chris. He actually threw down, and in his hometown, it's always so hard for a driver to come to a hometown. It's called the hometown curse, but he threw that out the window. Absolutely threw down from beginning to end. It was exciting. We're not even halfway through yet. Detroit, this is about to be the wildest freestyle ever, and I'm a fan right now.
And you say that you're a fan, and you know, we continue to get better and better here in Monster Jam. I always say it only gets better. What can we see as far as technical abilities in this brand new track?
I think that's what we're gonna have to see. These drivers are gonna bring some technical aspects to being wild and crazy. But to get the score they need to beat what Chris just threw down, I don't know what they're gonna do. It's about to be crazy.
Well, Monster Jam fans, make some noise if you are ready for more freestyle.
Dragon. About to be crazy.
Coming up next, a hat tip to all the UNOH technicians working in the crash area to make sure that this truck and this man could compete. 2023 co-breakout driver of the year, Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid.
Monster Jam fans, a round of applause for Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid. Now is the time to score at judgeszone.com for that freestyle run. While you are scoring, take a look up at that video board and get that score in.
I started his intro with a shout out to the UNOH technicians who worked hard to make sure that Bakugan Dragonoid can even come out for this competition. And he comes out with a bang, which means they're going to have a little bit more work for him here tonight, heading into tomorrow. But what a run, what a wild ride from that man right there, Camden Murphy. Let's see what you guys came up with at judgeszone.com. 7.9 flat. Even Captain Murphy says, you know what, my bad, that's good enough for me. That is a good run, though, and a good way to end it. I know he always wants to fill his time, but it is not enough for that top spot.
Monster Jam fans, I am joined over here in crusading with Bari Musauer, and we always see those zombie arms always getting excited, especially here in freestyle. There's been a lot of really great runs, but what else can these fans expect? Why should they stay on the edge of their seats?
You know what? This is just getting started. I mean, how much of an animal is Chris Kohler in Northern Nightmare? You know, you fans are in for a treat because as a driver, as a competitor, I want to beat that. So you're going to see some wild action. You still got the Anderson brothers to go. You still got Corey Rummel to go. You still got Joe Foley to go and El Toro Loco. But I want to hear you guys get loud. You want to see more freestyle?
Back-to-back backflip from the 5-time World Finals champion, Adam Anderson, doing Adam Anderson things with a vintage Gravedigger run. But we have seen some amazing moments here tonight in Detroit, and we have a leader with a big-time score to beat. Northern Nightmare 9.870. The score for Gravedigger is an excellent score, but it is here tonight. On any other night, that probably takes the lead. But right now, the hometown kid, Chris Kohler, still in your top spot. Take a look up at the video board, and there you see Northern Nightmare with that 9.870. He is followed by two former world champions in freestyle, Thunder Horse and Gravedigger, all also over that 9-point threshold.
Hey, Detroit fans! Are you having fun? Get ready! My teammate, Corey Rummel and Megalodon is gonna rock some freestyle! Yeah!
Clock is paused right now at 92 seconds. Monster Jam fans, I do want to let you know that that area in red is called the safety hold. If you're sitting in the lower bowl, it is there for that exact reason. Your safety in mind. We cannot continue the event or continue Monster Jam Freestyle until everybody is out of that safety hold area. That includes building personnel as well. Once again, that is here for your safety. Here tonight, we have to make sure those safety holds are clear. And while we're saying that, make sure to keep all of your belongings off of that red plastic. In addition to that, once again, all of your belongings, all of your body parts need to be off of that red plastic before we can continue here with Monster Jam Freestyle and Megalodon. Meanwhile, Corey Rummel ready to rock once again. Let's see if we can pump him up. What do you say, Detroit? JudgesZone.com. What did Jim Kohler say in the introduction for Corey Rummel? I mean, that guy knows how to picked teammates for Team Scream. Corey Rummel, I thought he was going to stop 2 or 3 different times throughout that run, but he would not be denied. I mean, even technically right there, able to save it, although he winds up outside of the boundaries. And there he is, representing the D. Let's see what you came up with for that man and Megalodon. 8.971, another good score, but here today, that is not going to be enough. Coming up next, it is another member of Team Scream, which means it's another individual holding it down here in the state of Michigan, and this guy is the reigning freestyle winner from last week, and as a matter of fact, nobody in all of Monster Jam has more stadium freestyle wins than the man behind the wheel of this next Monster Jam truck. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Foley, El Toro Loco!
QR code, which will pop up on the video board in just a moment.
Joe Foley able to accomplish something that not a lot of drivers have been able to do here tonight, which is give you an exciting freestyle from start to finish, with finish being the key word, and then parking back in his pit stall. But that's exactly what he did here tonight. Will that be enough for your top spot? We are about to find out right on cue. Let's see what you came up with for El Toro Loco. Not nearly enough here today, almost 2 full points on
opportunity to score during a Monster Jam or freestyle. You still have a little bit of time left on the clock, so go on over to JetTheZone.com and get that score in.
A little atypical right there to see Ryan Anderson roll over in the freestyle competition. No matter how wild of a ride he takes us on, he's usually able to save something like that, but that's how difficult it is to maintain the center of gravity in a 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. Will it be enough to take over that top spot? Let's see what you came up with for Son of a Digger. It is not nearly enough. Ladies and gentlemen, that means your freestyle winner in his first time competing in his hometown from Northern Nightmare to Detroit Dream, Chris Kohler.
And you're seeing the celebratory moment. Competitors coming over here and congratulating you. This is the moment you have been waiting for. When you came in here today, your home event, you knew that you were going to throw it down in freestyle. How does this moment make it all worth it behind the scenes?
I'll tell you what, I needed that one, man. It feels so good, hometown proud. My friends are here, my family's here. Couldn't be happier, baby, one pride.
Congratulations to Chris Kohler in Northern Nightmare on a freestyle win, but wasn't enough for an overall event championship. Let's take a look at the video board to find out.
There are the point totals on the board. 9 in racing, 12 in skills, 11 in freestyle. Your overall event champion is... For the first time in his career, Colt Stevens is your overall event champion. Let him feel the love.
And he holds the trophy. It is well deserved. Handing it right now to your crew chief, Shelby Fisher, and she's in her hometown. Something about Detroit, Michigan has so much magic. But you had done GCB racing, you had done freestyle. All you needed that was that skills challenge, and now you've done it all here in the 2024 season. What have you been able to rely on for this success?
There's no doubt about it, it's Shelby right here. She went to NOH, and I tell you, it's a testament. They are absolutely awesome out of the box, coming out, got this truck absolutely dialed in. I couldn't do what I do without them. They absolutely killed. This truck is 100%. And I tell you what, this is her hometown. We did it for you, Detroit. We love you guys.
And here, as we finish, you get to go away with the trophy. Anything else you'd love to say to Detroit, Michigan here in the Ford Center?
Let me hear that roar, Detroit! Yanissa, all I can say is wow, what a night here in Detroit for so many individuals. Colt Stevens right there walking away with his first career stadium overall event championship. He gives the trophy immediately to Shelby Fisher, who's here in her hometown, his crew chief. And then we have Chris Kohler winning freestyle in unbelievable fashion, the first time competing here in his hometown.
That's right. I gotta say, I was really hoping that one of the Kohlers would take home a competition win of not overall. It's so nice to see Chris coming out here in Northern Nightmare driving for the first time. And actually, in my career, I have never seen someone that was a driver of a newer truck, or for the first time, take home a competition win. And the fact again that it's in Detroit is the next.
From Northern Nightmare to Detroit Dream for Chris Kohler, the reigning Rookie of the Year. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Colt Stevens and Thunder Morris. What a wild ride. Sold out crowd here tonight at Ford Field. The best part is we get to do it all again tomorrow for Yanissa Cruz and Lindsay Noble. We hope you had fun. My name is John Sabanaro. We'll see you at the next Monster Jam.